Hey, what's going on? I'm Nick Branscome, and today I was going to make this quick video to kind of highlight some subtle differences that you get out of different pickup configurations through different guitars. A lot of guitar players will tell you that the way a pickup sounds over a certain chord progression when you're playing lead can make a world of difference. And obviously, to the average listener or somebody who's not a musician, it won't really make any big impact, but to a lot of guitar players and other musicians, it definitely can kind of make or break a solo. I've got three different guitars I was going to play through. This one is a Fender Strat. It's got one humbucker in the bridge, which is not very typical on a lot of Strats, but a lot of guys who tend to play more heavy rock stuff, if they're Strat guys, they like to have humbuckers in their guitars so that you get a more beefy or more punchy tone. And just a quick note, I'm using a Fender G-Deck practice amp, which is pretty much what I use in all my videos. It's kind of hard to use my EVH back here from where I live. I can't really turn it up, but so it's on the humbucker right now. And that's what's going to give you that real punchy tone. So I'm just going to flip through. I'm just going to play one bluesy kind of lick, and then I'm going to play a shreddy kind of lick, and kind of just highlight the little differences that you can get out of using. For this, I'm just going to use it on the humbucker position, which would be the toggle switch will be on the bottom, and then I'm going to flip it up to the top, which would be the single coil right up here. So I'll start out with the humbucker in the bridge. Okay, so that was that. It's like I said, it's kind of, that was very kind of hard, would be used in like heavier hard rock music. All right, so now I'm going to flip it up to the neck position, which is generally where a lot of blues players like to be when they are playing leads. They like that more fatter kind of tone, which is what you'll get out of a single coil. So I'm going to play that same lick now with the toggle switch at the top position with the single coil, or the neck position. Okay, so now I'm going to flip back to the humbucker on the bridge pickup position, and I'm going to play a shredding lick and kind of just highlight the differences between shredding type lead style. So we'll start out with this. Okay. Generally, when you're shredding in rock music, a lot of times for me personally, I like to put it on the neck position. I like that more fatter tone I get when I'm playing a shred lick. So I'm gonna play that same one now on the neck position with the single coil. That to me, it just seems a little more. The notes come through a little more clear when you're on the neck position there. But they both, you can't really. It's not like a bad thing to play on the bridge position. It's really a personal preference type thing. I mean, it's all in the hands anyways most of the time. So, anyways, now I'm going to switch off from the Strat, and I'm going to move over to a Telecaster now. All right, so now I've switched over to the Telecaster, and this, you can already tell there's a tonal difference. It's a little more clanky sounding. And I'm also, note for this one, this guitar is tuned down a half step, so it's different from the other guitar, which was in standard. So I'm going to play those same licks, and this time I don't have any humbuckers on this Telecaster at all. This is all single coil. It's got a single coil here in the bridge, and then the neck position is also one. So we're going to start out with the bridge pickup, the single coil, and this I prefer generally the when playing more bluesy type licks, I like to be on the bridge pickup on the Telly. going to switch over to the neck position, and you can clearly tell it's already a lot lighter. It's a little fatter, but the distortion has been kind of sucked out a little bit. So we'll play it like on the neck position. Okay. I would generally suggest, if you're using a Tele, you know, you generally don't want to lean towards like heavy metal. Country players love Teles for the ability to chicken pick. But there's a lot of rock players that use Teles too. You just have to know where exactly to use it. There's some places like in metal music that a Tele wouldn't necessarily be appropriate, but you just gotta know how to use it. So now I'm gonna get into the shredding, the same lick from the last guitar, and we're gonna start on the bridge position and see what it sounds like there. Okay, so I can tell that pickup is actually it's a pretty hot pickup. Okay, for a Tele that is, anyways. So now we're gonna go to the neck position and play that same lick. So when you're shredding on a Tele, it actually, to me, it sounds a little better. Once again, when I shred, I like to be on the neck position a lot, and to me, that still sounds pretty clear. But there's not as much distortion on that, so you just have to be pretty clean with your picking. Otherwise, it's gonna sound real sloppy and noodly. Not saying that was perfect, but so that's with the Tele. Now I'm going to move over to the to my SG, which has got two humbuckers in it, and we'll go over that one. Okay, so now I've got my Gibson SG. It's a white standard, so you can already tell the humbuckers are fairly hot. It's actually not too much difference from the Strat, because the Strat had that humbucker in the bridge, which is what I was playing on at first. So this one has two humbuckers. There's no single coils in it, obviously. So I'm just going to go from the bridge position to the neck position, same as the other guitars. Going to play the same licks and see what they sound. Obviously, with guitars that have two humbuckers in them, you know, they're good for all types of music, really. Metal, rock, you know, blues, even country. You can use them in country. So I mean, I like humbuckers because they're pretty universal in that sense. So I will play the lick now. Okay, that was on the bridge position. So now I'm gonna flip it up to the neck position, and once again, always your tone gets fatter when you move it up to the neck position. But this is still with a humbucker, so it's still gonna be pretty ballsy sounding. Get a lot more sustain out of humbuckers as well. So I will play the shredding lick, and generally with a humbucker guitar, shredding on either the bridge or the neck pickup can sound really well, just depending on, you know, like I said, the situation, what the chord progression is, or what kind of song it is. But generally in just rock music in general, you can shred with the neck or the bridge. It usually sounds fine either way. So let's just go over that. So. Okay, like I said, that sounded pretty good. I still always prefer the neck position when I'm shredding. So. So, like I said, the two humbuckers are pretty universal. So there's an example of 3 guitars with 3 different pickup configurations, and it kind of kind of just went over, you know, the subtle differences you get out of each. I hope it can kind of help you, for those of you that are just starting out learning about tone and stuff, to kind of, you know what you like and what you think would sound good over a certain chord progression as far as lead is concerned. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and just remember to rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you at the next video.